Hello. Well, tonight we're working on some trim carpentry for the forward hatch covers. And so this is my mahogany, and got it all fitted for the forward hatches and the forward bulkhead. One of the problems I was running into is that my edges are a little rough in where the hatch cutouts are in the bulkhead. So I thought, I could kind of pretty these up a little bit with some trim, and so I milled out some oak. This is actually out of the tree that we cut down. These little tiny strips of wood out of that mighty huge oak. And so anyway, so these are overlapping over the outside here, and so not only are they just kind of decorative to kind of pretty up the hatch covers, but then they're serving a purpose as well, because since they overlap, see, then they'll cover up my sins of where my holes are cut out in the bulkhead. So I've got two little brass hinges that these are going to mount like this, with the hinges up and the latch down, so that then they fold open like that. So then they would have a tendency to stay shut even if they weren't latched. And this forward bulkhead and deck is supposed to be watertight, so I've got these fitted in here pretty tight within the holes that I've cut with some oak trim in the inside that these other pieces match up really quite tightly against. And we may put some gasket or other little seal in there to make them watertight, but I think this will probably be good. Now what I'm having to do is cut out these little pieces of oak and fit them on here, as well as screwing in the hardware. When I'm doing this, I'm measuring my pieces and cutting them on the bandsaw. I don't know if I have this other corner cut yet. I've got my piece here, and the miter part of it looks like it's probably okay. That's not the same width. That's not the right one. Here, this is it. All right. Oh yeah, see, that's already cut. Now I'm going to need to sand this down just a little bit. Well, that's still not right. I may have to take the saw and cut this back just a teeny bit. It's just like it's a little bit high on there. Well, anyway, you get the idea. It's pretty close work, and it's awful easy to try to make it perfect, because I'm a little OCD as it is anyway. And sometimes I have to tell myself, well, a boat length away, nobody's going to care. Except I'm the one that's got to sit in here and look at it. Well, anyway, I'm pretty happy with them. I put 2 coats of epoxy on the mahogany, and then it's got 2 coats of varnish on top of that. We're still going to varnish on top of the trim. So anyway, we'll take some pictures after we get them done to see how they're going to fit in the hatch openings. Alright, so we've got these 2 forward ones done. That was just laying there. You can see what I was talking about the trim on the inside of the hatch doors. And I'm not real rough on the edges, but you see over there, you see how that trim just covers up everything around the hatch opening, and kind of cleans that up. And I don't have those hinges screwed in, that thing's just resting in there, but it fits tight enough that it stays in there. So that's all good news. Now I've got my total boat fair. We're going to mix that up here in the next couple of days, and I'm going to go over these cedar boards on this bulkhead, fill in the cracks, fill in the screw holes, do it up there, come back to this after bulkhead, do the same thing, and that's all going to get painted white. I did put some epoxy on the white oak on the deck beam back here, and I think I will varnish that and finish that off. And even though I got a little bit of white paint up on this forward deck beam here, I believe maybe we're going to sand that off of there, and we'll finish that natural too. Something else I was thinking, I've got stainless screws in there. I could pretty easily pull those out and replace them with some silicone bronze. So if I finish that off, just regular wood color, and varnish it, I believe that'd look better with the brass color screws. So anyway, and then this after hatch cover is pretty much done too. I've just got it clamped in there because it wants to fall out. But we're going to put a piano hinge in the bottom down there so that that'll open top out or top in. And then, well, anyway, we're almost done with the hatches. I cleaned the whole inside of the boat out, scrubbed it out with a sponge. It's all been primed, but now I've got to get some paint in here, especially in the bottom, because I'm going to start putting the floor joists in here so we can get the floor in. So, all right.